Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. NHK reports that U.S. President Donald Trump has addressed the strike on an elementary school in Iran's Hormozgan province, which resulted in the deaths of over 160 people. During a news conference in France, the president was questioned about accountability for the operation, which occurred on February 28th. While earlier reports suggested the U.S. military might have been responsible by mistake, Trump responded to the inquiry by stating that nobody did that on purpose. He characterized the question as strange and remarked that mistakes are made, adding that the war is nasty. The president confirmed that an official investigation into the incident is currently ongoing, although he did not specify who might be held accountable for the strike. According to UPI, the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee has advanced bipartisan legislation to repeal decades-old sanctions on Syria, reflecting a steady thawing of relations between Washington and Damascus. The bills, the Ride 41-7 Ungoj Duspal Spy Ungoj Brock Duspa, Senator Jean Shaheen, and co-sponsored by Senator Joni Ernst. The bill seeks to repeal the Syria Accountability and Lebanese Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2003 and the Syria Human Rights Accountability Act of 2012. However, it will preserve the government's authority to sanction specific human rights abusers. The legislative move comes 18 months after the ouster of Bashar al-Assad, whose family ruled Syria for over 5 decades before he fled to Russia in December 2024. Since the collapse of the Assad regime, the United States has experienced a rapprochement with Syria's new government led by President Ahmed al-Sharaa. President Donald Trump has met with Sharaa twice and has already waived some sanctions. The Syrian-American Council expressed deep gratitude to the committee, stating that the move demonstrates the U.S. government's commitment to becoming a friend to the Syrian people. According to a report by Liberty Times, U.S. Defense Secretary Hegseth delivered a speech ahead of the NATO defense ministers' meeting in Brussels, praising NATO allies for making progress in fulfilling their defense spending commitments. However, Hegseth emphasized that some member nations still need to do more and called for honest dialogue among allies on this issue, both privately and publicly. The remarks come in the wake of a recent U.S. announcement regarding a reduction in troops allocated to NATO, signaling that European nations should take primary responsibility for their own defense. Addressing concerns over this decision, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte clarified that the U.S. reduction does not mean the country is withdrawing from Europe. Rutte explained that the shift in U.S. commitments simply redefines roles under NATO's defense plan once activated, rather than changing where physical assets are currently deployed. He noted that while NATO historically over-relied on the U.S., allies are now increasing their defense contributions. According to GG Press, Australia's largest airline, Qantas Airways, announced on June 18th that it will launch a direct non-stop flight connecting Sydney and London starting in October next year. This service will become the world's longest non-stop passenger flight, spanning approximately 17,800 kilometers. The flight is scheduled to take around 20 hours, utilizing custom-built aircraft equipped with expanded fuel tanks to cover the vast distance. This direct route will reduce travel time by approximately 4 hours compared to existing flights with layovers. Currently, the record for the world's longest direct passenger flight is held by Singapore Airlines, which operates a route between Singapore and New York, covering approximately 15,300 kilometers. Qantas's upcoming Sydney-London route will surpass this record by roughly 2,500 kilometers, marking a significant milestone in aviation history. According to a report by Engadget, Midjourney, the company famous for its text-to-image AI generator, has announced a surprising venture into medical hardware. The company is developing a full-body ultrasonic scanner capable of creating a detailed 3D map of a human body in under 60 seconds. This project is being led by Ahmad Abbas, a former Apple Vision Pro hardware developer who joined Midjourney in late 2023. To power this technology, Midjourney signed a licensing agreement with handheld ultrasound maker Butterfly Network in late 2025. The scanner works by submerging a patient in water while using 500,000 tiny ultrasonic sensors to map the body with extreme precision, achieving MRI-like results at a much faster speed. Midjourney plans to establish physical space where customers can easily get scanned, with the first location slated to open in San Francisco next year. Over the coming years, the company aims to secure FDA approval for the scanner's diagnostic capabilities. Its long-term vision is to deploy 50,000 scanners globally by 2031, aiming to significantly lower healthcare costs and prevent early deaths. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.